to do it. Hold on. There we go. Is that it? No. There we go. Hey guys, it's Friday. Welcome to Friday. We do well on Friday shows. We don't give a fuck on Friday. That's what we do. It's Friday. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I'm your host, the Incredible Sulk, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. I hope you had a good day wave. I hope you guys are out there achieving your dreams and your goals and being the best people you possibly can. And, this show's a start. It's a start to making you better because there's a lot you can do. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves, all right? We're all kind of falling short, if you know what I mean. Sorry I wasn't on Daywave today. I was out being a dad. I went to some sort of church event where they had water slides and stuff like that. And, sometimes you got to do stuff like that. Sometimes you got to blow off work and do stuff like that. And so I did that. I don't regret it. But I'm good. I hope you guys are good too. I hope you guys are having fun and holding it together. Tonight we're going to be doing some simpin'. Some simpin' and pimpin'. Alright? It's a Friday, so I just picked something easy. So we're going to go with our classic guy that does this a lot. And chill out. Hang out. If you guys want to donate a video, go ahead and donate a video. But, be kind. Do it with a dono. I don't care if it's $1. If you donate a video, just do it with $1. At the very least, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Since I'm sick of making so much money off of these ads, these Rumble ads, blowing it out of the water. Am I right? Anyways, we're gonna watch a video where this guy is hopelessly simping. Hopelessly. And he's got a gold digger wife, girlfriend, doesn't matter. It's gonna be a cringe fest, guys. So buckle up. So go ahead and get comfy, get cozy, get a nice bottle of whatever you happen to be drinking, cognac or gin, like I'm drinking again. Sorry, it is what it is. It's Friday. All right, Fridays belong to me. Fridays are for me. I could sit here and fart into a microphone for 2 hours if I want. This is my time. This is my time down here. The Goonies, candy bars and such. Anyways, if you're working, keep working. Thanks for having me in your earphones. If you're driving, please drive safely, get home safely, buckle up, do all those things that are very important because I need you around. Anyways, I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk stream. And this is called Why Simps Won't Listen. I know I did this. I did all of this, dude. I know I did all of this, but for some reason OBS just does not want to play. Anyways, enjoy.
You're basically saying that you're just dating me because I can buy you things.
Yes?
Alright, let's start that right over. I'm sorry, we have to start that right over. And you're going to see the hopelessness and despair on this guy's face. Maybe we watched this video before. I don't care.
So you're basically saying that you're just dating me because I can buy you things.
Yes?
She's mid as fuck, too. She's not even pretty, dude. And she just right out the gate. Right out the gate. Oh, see? I was water slides and stuff. There we go. Right out the gate. She's all like, I don't respect you. I want you to buy me things. Look at this hot body. She's got a gross mid-ass body, by the way. But you're fat, so what is it?
I knew my family would have advised against me marrying Anfisa. But
Really?
I still did it anyways. We've been married.
Well, that's fucking stupid of you. And she's got fish crawler lips. Are you Jewish?
For 6 months, and
This one? Jewish?
it feels good.
Jewish? You guys feeling that too? Jewish? Is he Jewish? Are you Jewish, bro? I'm not saying, are you?
Why are you saying it like that?
Because it's not true, ugly. It's not true, you ugly Russian whore. Obviously, you're a nightmare to be around. You cook borscht and stuff like that, and you openly tell him that you only date him for his money or marry him for his money. I guess they're married. And you're mid as fuck. Again, not as fuck. You're not as mid as they come, but you're pretty mid. You're a mid.
How?
I hate being married to George.
It's gonna be funny. It's Friday. I don't care. Well, who gives a shit what you feel like? Seriously. Who gives a shit? You're a mail order bride. You have to stay married for at least 2 years before you get that sweet green card. And he seems like he makes a little bit of money. And so just shut your Russian trap. How about that? She gonna cheat on him immediately. First opportunity.
I think that
Rob Fell says, oh, I love George and Enfisa. Enfisa? Is that her name? Enfisa? That's a dumb name.
a lot of people don't like to admit it.
If he is, he's bad with money. Well, yeah. Here, there's 3 keys. There's 3 rules to keeping money. Don't buy anything that floats, flies, or fucks. Okay? And he violated the 3rd one. He bought something that fucks. And it's going to fuck him. It is. It just honestly is. You should have went with a boat. You should have went with well, airplanes are expensive. Boats are expensive. I bought a boat, by the way. I bought a boat today.
But
But it's just a little John boat. And it wasn't that expensive. So don't get all of my nuts. And I haven't told Jess about it yet. So, but she doesn't need to know about it. Right? She doesn't need to know about it. It's just a small little John boat. It's just a small little John boat. But I think I'm going to get a pretty big sized engine on it. I'm not going to tell her. I'm just going to wait until she shows up or the boat shows up. And then she's going to be like, what the fuck is this? I'll be like, it's for you. And then she'll open it and be like, it is not for me. No, it's not. But weren't you happy for that, couple of minutes while you were opening up? And like, ooh, I wonder what it could be. It's for me. Sake. We have a fun relationship. Anyways.
loves a good train wreck. If that weren't true, traffic wouldn't slow down on a freeway when there's an accident on the other side of the median. But for me...
That's why we're here. Right? We're just watching a car accident. That's what we're doing. Not me, you fucking idiots. No, these two. Will she be mad about the boat? No, probably not. I didn't spend enough money on the boat for her to be mad yet.
I really love watching a good,
It wasn't matter. It's my money.
disastrous relationship. I loved it when...
Is it one of those above ground boats? No, it's an in-ground boat. I just have to bury it myself. So, Revenge of the Sis. Is that fucking Royce? He gave me $5 and he says John hates bacon. Hey Royce, how you doing, buddy?
shows like Jersey Shore were on the air, even though that show was fake.
I bought a boat.
I love seeing it on MTV's True Life.
Royce, I bought a John boat today. But it's not like a big boat. But, I still might buy another boat. This is a tester boat. I don't have any boats. I'm going to buy, I have to work my way up. I'm not going to just buy a fucking pontoon boat right off the bat. I want to work my way up. It's going to go John boat, jet ski, and then maybe pontoon boat, and then, God willing, a yacht one day.
And I like to indulge in watching a relationship burn in the modern day. So I have
a U-boat? Yes, it is a me boat.
Show that I've been waiting to talk about for quite a while called 90 Day Fiancé, which I think is perfect marketing from the Learning Channel. They have found a formula that literally guarantees that the relationships will be destructive and therefore interesting to watch. The premise of the show is that these couples get a visa.
Arden says it's true he's into turkey bacon because he, You know what? What, Ardenshire? What am I? Gay? Am I gay? Shut up. I've never even had turkey bacon. And I don't dislike bacon, for God's sakes. You guys made that up about me.
And had their future spouse fly over to America all on their own dime. TLC pays for none of it. They don't even pay the people on the visa because it's illegal. And despite the popularity of the show, American cast members only get like $1,000 an episode. After they get their visa, they have 90 days to decide if they're going to get married.
Which is stupid. Which is a stupid thing. Which is a very stupid thing. It's a game show. This is a game show. That's what this is. It's just a fucking game show. How many hoes does this boat hold? Well, it's going to be me, so one hoe.
Or be deported.
It's just going to be me, the hoe, the boat hoe.
The American partners are supposed to wonder, are they in it for the green card?
It's a tiny boat. Here, I'll look it up for you.
Yes, they're in it for the green card.
It's just a little.
All of them are.
It's
I mean,
a little.
They aren't even getting paid for the show. Why would you even have to ask that? We get it though. You can't afford a high status partner from America, so you're rummaging through the discount bin from another country to see.
And it is the discount bin. I mean, that chick is. Look, if you're going to like wherever that chick's from, like Russia or Ukraine, if you look at her, she's low tier. That's a low tier bitch. Right there. That's a low tier bitch when it comes to like Russian chicks. Because I've seen some of those Russian chicks and it is like fucking, it's insane. Just this little thing. It's one of these. This simple little John boat. Just a little river smasher. You know, I'm probably going to put a bigger engine on it, but, just something for funsies.
If you can get a good
just something to get me on the water. Because, you know, I just need to. I need to have a boat. Being in Florida without a boat is weird.
Deal on a spouse.
Royce.
I mean, this show is so transparent on that point that you can tell who the foreigner is just by looking at the couples. So, guys, let's play a game in the comments section. I'm going to show you a few pictures of couples, and you tell me your answers of which partner you think.
So this is the mom, and she hates that Russian chick. You should have raised a better son.
Is a foreigner. Let's try the first couple. Who is on a visa? Molly or Lewis?
Isn't this guy like the mayor of Minneapolis or something? He's Somalian or something. That's like the worst of them.
Got your answer? Next.
It's Molly. What the fuck?
Next. Tell me. Which one of these two is in it for the green card?
Okay, so this is hard. So Josh is not that baby's father. Alexandra sounds like a Russian's name, but obviously she's a, of the shark variety. So I'm going to say Josh, but I don't know. Maybe he's into black chicks. And then this is just the baby he had, which I kind of doubt.
Alexandra or Josh? Nicole or Azan? Who?
Okay. This is a fun game. Nicole looks swollen. She looks very fat. I'm going to guess Azan.
Who is rummaging through that discount bin to find a spouse with a higher number? Do you think Muhammad is the American? Or is it Danielle?
From Sandusky, Ohio. Or Muhammad from Tunisia. Tunisia. Which I guess is the only place in Tunisia. I don't think Tunisia is very populated. 27 and 42. Wow. And you're slanging it at her, huh? And she doesn't see any problems with that. Oh, God. I bet she's a nightmare. She's a nightmare person, too. A nightmare person.
Last one. Colt or Larissa? Which one of them?
Larissa ain't bad. Larissa ain't bad, but I'm going to guess she's like Brazilian or something like that. Rob says, no, that wasn't Mom. That was Danielle, and she thought Muhammad was in love with her. Oh, this is going to get so fucking good. I know I've seen this, but I forget things. But it's going to be good. And Colt, you know, what is the deal with this kind of person with all the fucking gums? Why do you have so many gums? What is the gum ratio, bro? The gum ratio. I know you can't fix that with surgery, but like maybe one day they'll have the technology just to pull your face down a little bit. Just like, you know how they have facelifts and stuff like that? And they like, you know, pull your face back. You know, we've all seen Men in Black when the cockroach, you know, takes over Vincent D'Onofrio and he pulls his face like, is this better? They could do some sort of reverse of that. To get rid of that gum line. Jesus, dude. Jesus, this guy has a wall full of Funko Pops.
Them is pretending to enjoy the sex. All right, guys, pencils down.
You don't have to enjoy the sex. I'm very clear with Jess on this. You don't have to enjoy the sex. That's not... I have to.
Let's get to our main couple, George and Anfisa.
That's the key here. That's what's important.
Anfisa is a female entrepreneur / ex cam girl from Russia who wants to live the American dream. George is a pot dealer from Riverside, California, who said he would buy Anfisa
Riverside, huh?
anything she wanted when she moved to America.
When George asked me to come to the States, he promised to get me whatever I want.
Or whatever makes you happy.
Nope. No. Women are never going to be happy. It's not in their nature to be happy. They're not happy individuals. You can give her whatever she wants. You can give her billions of dollars. You can give her, like Mackenzie Bezos had billions of dollars and still the guy couldn't make her happy. And she's like, I'm going to divorce you and take billions of dollars. Why? Because I legally can. Not that she did anything. And I'm sure a million chicks would be like, oh, but she helped build Amazon. No, she didn't. I doubt she even cooked. I mean, maybe she cooked once in a while. But like, you know, Jeff was rich from the get-go, from the start. He had super rich parents. It's not like, and Elon Musk too. It's not like, you know, they worked their way up from the bottom. He already had tons of money. She doesn't deserve billions of dollars. This is ridiculous. That's stupid. When you make laws like no-fault divorce and then say, hey, if you divorce your husband, you get half of everything. Free and clear. Free and fucking clear. You don't even need to give us a reason. You can just say, I don't like him anymore. And then you're a billionaire. You're a billionaire. How many chicks do you think can actually like refuse an offer like that? Not many. And they knew that when they made these laws. There's a reason why before no-fault divorce, you had to come up with a fucking reason to get divorced. You need to have a good reason to get divorced. Like he was like a philanderer or he would beat you regularly or stuff like that. Not like once in a while, but like regularly. Yeah, you needed a good reason to do it. And then after that stopped, it was just like, oh, damn, it's a free-for-all. You know when chicks used to divorce their husbands, they used to get nothing. They used to get absolutely nothing. And you know what happened? Family stability was common. People stayed together because there's no reason the man's going to divorce his wife. It just overcomplicates things.
Beautiful, and I like nice clothes, nice shoes, nice purses. So I expect him to pay for all that. I want more shoes, more bags, more. I want a car.
Why? Why do you need that stuff? Why do you need any of that stuff? Bags? Why?
There has to be a limit.
10,000 per month?
Don't make me laugh.
Then I guess we're not getting
Be
married.
reasonable.
What about price point? What are you comfortable with?
What is your most expensive dress?
Our most expensive dress would be $45,000.
That ain't that bad. 45K? No, that's wild. That's wildly expensive.
Is that okay?
You keep wanting more and more. Like, when is the end?
It's never gonna stop, stupid. You fat, stupid pot dealer, fucking stupid fat. It's never gonna end. Why would you even be with this girl this long? Why? I can't imagine that you're like, you want to marry this chick. You want to marry this. Look, I'm not going to use the term gold digger because I think it's unfair. I think all chicks want a guy that, you know, has the ability to like sustain a somewhat comfortable life, and they shouldn't be blamed for that. But it's very clear that she has no interest in you sexually or physically or anything like that. And she is only in it for a green card / your money. This is a business deal that you're going to get to nail her. Probably plenty. But trust me, you're going to get tired of that. To fill her empty soul. Yeah, I mean, women have souls.
After you want something, you're going to want something else. And after you get that, you're going to want something else.
Yeah.
Like, there's never going to be an end to it.
Now, after seeing all this, you might ask, why would George put up with her? She's not attractive, and she's definitely not worth $10,000 a month. I mean, if she was like a 10...
No, if she was a 10, she'd be demanding more. Dude, women are expensive. Women ain't cheap. Women are not cheap.
And I could see why George wouldn't just kick her to the curb. So really, none of this...
What do you give her? What? I mean, we're not giving out 10s. We're not just like doling out 10s, right, and stuff like that. But she is a solid 7.8. She's 7.8, which is respectable. I'm not going to lie. That's respectable. But that is going to slide downhill quickly. And 7.8, honest, am I being too generous on this? Because, like, look, for realsies, personality matters. It does. But, like, if we're just judging by looks, she's got a good look. She's got good boobas and stuff like that. She's got a little bit, the lip filler's too much. And I think she's done something with her cheekbones or something. But the boobs are good. They may be fake. I don't really care. But yeah, your personality. I mean, if I were with you, it would not vibe, dude. First of all, you would respect me a lot more than you respect this guy, because I wouldn't put up your bullshit. I'd be like, no, whore, I'm going to slap you. And that would turn her on. And like women are all like, you should never hit a woman. But it really does. It turns them on.
This makes sense. But then I found
her best day, 6.2. Okay. And her best day is far behind her. Because look, you can see she's getting a little hippie. You're right. I was a little bit too, I was too kind. 7.8 is way too high. But like, it depends. It really depends. I'll accept a 6.2. It depends on where you are, though. If you're like in Sandusky, Ohio, she's getting 8s all day long. But coming from Moscow, coming from like the U.S., like Russia and shit like that, she's like a 5. She's a well qualified mid. But yeah, I don't know where they moved to. I don't know.
On something that better explained the situation, and to the handful of women watching this.
Art and Chair says she's a 5 with makeup and a 3 with that bad attitude. She's better than a 3. Even with the attitude, she's better than a 3. Let's be fair, dude. There's some 3s out there. That are like, because even if you have a good attitude, if you're a 3, you're still a 3. If you're a 8 with a bad attitude, you're still kind of an 8, you know? But like, it definitely, it wears on you. It wears on you, and it'll drop your number quickly. The problem is she thinks she's a 10. She's not a 10. You're not a 10K a month kind of girl. No. You're I wouldn't even say 5K a month. I would say you get $1,800 a month. $1,800 a month is not bad. Most bitches would just absolutely go wild over that amount of money. $1,800 a month. And that's on top of me fucking taking care of you and stuff. That ain't bad. That ain't bad.
Yes, you should pay close attention. This is how ugly plastic surgery makes you look. Take a look at these before and after photos. On the left...
She was better before. She was much better before. That's actually... That's shitty. See, there's a nose job involved. She got lip fillers. She was way cuter beforehand. That's terrible. You can see the aging in her eyes. You see they're little she probably got some Botox in the forehead, and she's just ruined a lot of it. She could have aged just the way she was and been a lot better, in my opinion, and everybody else's opinion.
We see a pre-plastic surgery on Fisa, who is a strong 8 or 9 out of 10. On the right, we see a post-Botox on Fisa.
Arden Cherry says she's the kind of chick you fuck to make her feel bad about herself, knock her down a peg or two. Yeah, I mean, look, it'd be no issue knocking it. Look, this girl, I wouldn't want to do that to. This girl, I would have no qualms about that, right? This girl sucks. This girl seems sweet, and like she's not like, you know, she's just, I'm from Russia, you know, I carry logs and I make bread. Yeah, she definitely became a problem, didn't she?
Who has lowered her number to a 7. The big Botox lips ruined the symmetry of her...
Lowered it to a 7. Yeah, definitely lowered it. Because this is a higher number than that is. For sure.
Her face, which makes her look like a clown. And that is always the case with Botox. Botox looks gross.
Arden Share says there's 2 different scales here, fuckable and attractive. They are not the same thing. He's absolutely right. There's a few different types of attraction. There's the fuckable, there's the attractive, and then there's the like the marriage girl kind of attractive, like the one you would want to spend your life with. And women, don't get me wrong here. If you're like gross on the outside, you're not like the marriage type. You know, you still have to be in the first 2 categories to even manage to get in the third one. Look, you can be a little bit uglier, but like, let's be realistic here. It's not like you can be 350 pounds with a fucking dog shit face and like be like, oh, well, I'm the marriage type of girl. You're not. You're not, because you've already shown that you don't give a shit about your body, and that's not going to get better after marriage. That's not going to get better after kids, you know? So it is a confluence of the 3 types of fuckability. You know what I'm saying? There's like the sexy attractive, right? Like the you know, you would, but you wouldn't like date her and stuff like that. There's the attractive, the girl next door and stuff. And that really melds into like the marriage type, but it's complicated. I could give an entire dissertation on the 3 types of fuckability of women. And there is a place for crazy, by the way. Right? Because there's hot, sexy, like a crazy chick, like a sexy, crazy, and it depends on you as a person as well. Because there's crazy chicks that are super duper hot, right? That you would absolutely nail. But like, you're not marrying that. Yeah, she's fucking crazy. But you also have to have a little bit of crazy in there. For me, I like a little crazy. I like a little dash of danger. Sure, it's a little bit more to handle. It's a little bit more to juggle. But it's fun for me. I like a challenge. I'm one of those kinds of guys. This is not the crazy you want to deal with. This is the kind of crazy where she's going to poison you. And like, yeah, try to kill you so she can like inherit your money and stuff like that. This is the wrong kind of crazy. And like this, the big lips and stuff like the nose job. And look, I'm going to go out on a limb and say her boobs are fake. It's kind of a dead giveaway. It's kind of a dead giveaway.
And men don't like it. That, plus a little weight gain, and by the time she's married to George...
Will not make a good bushka. That's a good point. If she's not going to make a good, like, you know, grandmother and stuff like that, look, if you can't tell who's going to make a good wife, then you are broken. Then it's your fault. It's you as a man it is your job. Just like women have a job, men have a job as well, right? A man's job is to determine if a woman is a good life partner, a suitable partner to ride or die, like to the end. Is she going to be making food? Is she going to be fucking around? Is she going to be going out with her girls out on like girls' weekends and coming back and like acting real weird because she fucking slept with some black dude at a club or something? Or is she going to be like nice and wholesome and stuff and like, you know, support you when you're ill and sick? And women, their responsibility is to not have sex with deadbeats. They're terrible at that. This is why there's so many single women out there. I'm not saying they're all bad about it. But like, my God, there are so many women that actually have no ability to judge character, which is why they shouldn't be able to vote. You have no ability to judge character. Not even a little. Not even a little. And you have the right to, your vote counts as much as mine. And you got knocked up and left by 4 different guys. Wow, that is a poor streak. That's not a run of bad luck. That's a you problem. That is a you problem, Missy.
She brings herself down to a 5 or a 6. Keep in mind that when...
See, this is rough. At, what is she, 22? 25? This is rough. This is rough, dude. I don't know if they can hold it together better in Russia than they can in America. Because let's be honest about American food and the American food supply and the FDA and all that. They're intentionally putting addictive poisons in American food. If you disagree with that or you don't realize that, go to any other country. Go to Europe, go to Southeast Asia, go to Japan, go to China or something like that and live there for a couple months. And then notice how much better you feel. You will feel better. You're going to lose a bunch of weight. You're going to feel a million times better. And when you come back to America, you're going to be a lot more careful about the food that you put into your body. These are facts. This is a fact. Facts.
When this was filmed, she was in her early 20s. Now, if you were to watch...
Oof. Big oof. Oof, oof, oof. That's a big oof.
Watch any videos on George and on Fisa, and then also read the comments section, you will see that many people are saying that she is virtuous because she's honest about...
This girl is funny and highly unrealistic. Her lips make her look like a fish. He promised her a life of luxury, and he lied about how well off he was. They're framing his ass as a victim like he's trying to buy his beautiful woman. Clear signs that she's a proud gold digger. And God, women fucking talk too much. There's too much there. There's too much there. This is another problem that women have. They don't know how to, like, get to the point. They talk too much. Like, you know, sometimes Jess tells me about her dreams and stuff like that. And then she has all these offshoot stories, like trying to give me context and stuff. And I'm like, you remember you're telling me about a dream? Can you get to the point of that? I'm just saying, and it's not their fault. It's just the way their brain works. It's just the way their brain works. So it's a mile a minute in there, and it's all clouded with estrogen and nonsense and, like, I don't know, unicorns and like pixie dust or some bullshit like that. But they can't, like, connect a coherent thought. They can't, like, you know, get to the point of something like that. If you've ever heard two women talk, which I'm sure you've had, especially if you're in a relationship, it is nonsense. It's just nonsense. It's back and forth nonsense. And I feel like they're not even listening to each other. They're just waiting for their turn to talk at each other. And I'm like, is information being exchanged here? Is there something useful Is there a reason for this conversation that I'm not even involved in? I'm playing video games. I'm playing Battlefield and stuff like that. And then I hear them behind me. I'm all like, what is going on back there? Why? What's the point of this? What is this story getting to? Why is she making up a different story? What do they have to do with each other? I don't. But then I just tell myself, they're women. Ignore them. They don't make sense. They're not going to make sense, okay? They're just ignore them.
Her gold digging behavior, and George is the bad guy.
How's her face the only fat part of her? It's not. Background, it's not. It's not. I swear, I promise you it's not. It is the leading indicator for the frumpiness that is her body. Did you see that her in that wedding dress? You saw those hips? They weren't as toit as you would want, right? She's getting very love-handly. And this is before the wedding. All right? And Mayor McCheese over there didn't look so great himself. And like a lot of times, like the person you marry is like, you're gonna kind of start looking like each other. So she's gonna pack on the pounds. And then she's gonna be a Russian nightmare screaming in her demonic language and like also be fat and chubby. Oh, and if she has a kid, my God, it's over, dude. She's not even going to be one of the good Russians. She's not even going to be one of the good Russians.
For not meeting her demands. And they were partially right. George did lie about his wealth, but she's not honest either. By her own words, the deal was that he would give her money and she would be attractive.
So basically,
and she didn't follow through on her part of the deal. So I don't see the problem here. I don't see the problem whatsoever. I want to do an ad. All right, crew, or anyone who just wants to be ready for anything, check out the Red Pro Series 72-hour emergency kit from Caddis Sports. This is a serious 72-hour survival pack built into a rugged tactical backpack and loaded with everything one person needs. 2,400 calories of food bars, 5 water pouches, thermal emergency blankets, 36-piece first aid kit, emergency stove, and canteen cup. All of it has a 5-year shelf life, so you're covered for hurricanes, wildfires, blackouts, whatever life throws at you. Whether you're off the grid or just want a peace of mind at home, this kit's a must-have, compact, reliable, and made for real emergencies. Use code RUMBLE at checkout for 10% off your order today. That's caddissports.com. Gear up, stay safe, and be ready when it counts. Anyways, back to women.
basically you're saying if I can't provide.
See, I'm very good at ads. I'm very good at it.
I'm working for you.
I don't understand what's wrong about it. If I was ugly and fat, would you be dating me?
You are. Your body just hasn't completely turned into its final form. You see, look at that mug. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that fucking mug. I'm not sitting here saying I'm the most handsome guy in the world. I'm pretty close, but I'm not. But like, let's be fair. And those boobs are fake. Those boobs are fake, and you're getting very jowly. Look, it's Angelina Jolie over here. She's fucking, oh man, dude. And the lips make you look stupid. And that's why you have to bag this fat fucking simp. It's not even the problem is not, his body image is not even the problem. Although it is a problem. Let's be honest about that. Let's be real. His body image, the way he looks is terrible. But that's not the worst part about him. If he was confident and like held himself properly and like didn't take no shit from no bitch, then she would respect him a lot more. He is allowing her to walk all over him. And she's doing what women do and shit testing him constantly. And he fails Time after time after time after time. So what do you think she's going to do? She's going to lose all respect for you and be like, I hate being married to this fucking poon. This absolute simp. I'm going to divorce you and take all your money. And look at my hot body. I could do much better and stuff like that. If you had any nutsack whatsoever, you would be like, well, get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out. Get out of my fucking country, you goddamn Russian whore. But you don't. You don't. And so you're going to get treated like this over and over. She'll be gone soon. Over and over again. There'll be another one. Sure. But women are all kind of the same. You think Caesar Milan goes around to like, you know, people with like bad dogs, and he's all like, I don't know what's wrong with this dog. This dog's just fucking crazy. No. All dogs are the same. You just have to treat them a certain way. You have to train them a certain way, right? There are no bad dogs, just like there are no bad women. There's bad owners. You're a bad owner, you fat simp. You're a bad woman owner. And we do own women. This is true. These are facts.
But she didn't hold up her end of the bargain. After she moved, she got Botox and fake boobs, which again...
I mean, she ain't bad. But this is an old picture, and this could be filled with fucking AI or whatever. And they're old. See, you can see like she has like her face has changed. It's not as jolly. This might be 5 years old. 5 years old, something like that. Good set, decent. But look, she's gotten much hippier since then. That like now it'd be like follow my cursor. It's more like that. This is a good arc. This is a decent arc. But remember, women are masters of deception. They're masters of deception. I've seen some Tinder profiles on like the internet and stuff like that where women, 500-pound women hide 100 pounds in the next room. They put it out of the shot. So I wouldn't completely believe these, but let's be honest, she looks good. This is a good pick. Good for you. But it is so temporary. And her personality is not a temporary thing. That is not a temporary issue. That's not something you can fix with surgery. Always remember that. Always remember you can't fix their personality with surgery. You can't fix their stupidity with surgery. And being stupid isn't bad. Being stupid isn't like a mean thing. You can be stupid. As long as you're nice, it's fine. But you can't fix a bad attitude with surgery. You need to put in the real work. You need to be a good owner.
Ladies, lowers your number. You are spending money on and going through painful surgeries for stuff that makes you look less attractive. So she got fake boobs, Botox, and then gained a bunch of weight.
I don't know. Look, here's the thing about fake boobs. I know we'd all prefer real boobs, of course. This is a fact. But sometimes, like, goddamn, those are like sometimes. Look, if you get like the really big fakos ones and stuff, and like where like, come on, that's stupid looking, where they look like just not even proportionate, and they're like big and goofy clown boobs and stuff. That's not gonna work. However, I have seen good jobs. I have seen masterful work. We're not in the dark ages of plastic surgery. I'm not like condoning getting plastic surgery because a lot of it absolutely fucks chicks up. But like I've seen decent boob jobs. I have. I really have.
George originally bargained for a 9, but by the time they were married, he ended up with a 5. That makes her a liar.
This is true. And he's like, yes, I'll buy you anything you want as long as you say a 9. I will buy a 9 anything she wants, but, it dropped. Her number dropped precipitously. It was a It was a very steep decline. And so the money fell off.
And even if she didn't make a bunch of choices that made her look less attractive, just because she was honest about her intentions doesn't make her actions right. If a killer is honest about murdering people, does that absolve him of his crimes? I wonder if the women enjoying Anfisa's honesty also call men pigs who openly say that they are only interested in a woman for her looks. Outside of that, for those of you who are unaware, this is the kind of person Anfisa is.
What?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is how you... Oh my God. You're dealing with a time bomb here, bro. You don't key up my car and expect... That's crazy. That's crazy, dude.
Idiot into the driver's side door. She broke phones, plural.
It says idiot, but yeah, Dio is part of it.
I tried calling her. She erased my phone.
She erased your phone? What do you mean, like factory reset your phone? That's diabolical. That's crazy. I factory reset your phone, and I stole your SIM card. Whoa. Can't you just smash it? If you smash it, I can take it in and get a new one. But you like factory reset it and steal my SIM card? That makes things difficult.
That's her. Hello?
Where are you?
That's just an attention thing.
This was a great watch on Joy of Pesci. Why would you bring that up now? On my show. Is he doing a better job than me? Go watch Pesci then. I don't care.
I'm pulling over.
Why did you leave?
You keyed up his car and you smashed his phone.
Tell me you're gonna come back.
What do you want? She's calling me up and texting me and trying to FaceTime me and see where I'm at and trying to control every move that I do. Hello? What's the problem?
You were going out and you're coming back.
Well, what?
You just left. Come back right now.
What are you doing?
Oh, dude, she's crazy. She's crazy. She's dangerous. That chick is dangerous. Dangerously crazy. Well, we watched this like months ago. I didn't need to watch it again. Well, yeah. But it's Friday. I mean, like, do you have another video? If you have another video, I'm willing to entertain stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't matter. If you have another video that you want to send me, I'll do it. I'll do that. I don't care. It's Friday. It's my Friday. You know.
This is the kind of I have to go through all the time.
She's a nutcase and he's a retard. Yeah. Absolutely.
What is the problem? I am
oh my God, she's fucking insane.
coming back. I am coming back now.
Because I think I deserve more than 50%, no matter when we divorce.
When? Why are you here? Why are you dealing with this? When? More than 50% and when? Dude, she's gonna she has a lawyer right now. She's paying a lawyer right now. Bail. Why would you marry this chick?
I think I deserve everything, and he's not going to take it from me.
She doesn't want to take on debt, but then yet spends my money.
So what?
I'm not gonna screw myself over just because you want to be happy. I'm agreeing to certain things.
Nothing changed.
I think you're too immature to know this.
Whoa! Call the cops. Call the fucking cops. Look, you're clearly going through a divorce. That's gonna happen. That's going to happen. Call the cops right now and get that shit documented that she is abusive. All right? That's going to help your case. I'm just saying. And look, she's on in front of cameras on national television. She's doing this kind of shit. What kind of behavior can you expect when she's off camera? Dude, why are you so fucking retarded? Why are you so fucking retarded? This is fine. I was just answering when you said to watch Pessy instead. Is Pessy still streaming? Yeah, he's still streaming.
So what? Don't smile at me like that.
I'm telling you, it's not.
He needs to beat the shit out of her and lock her in a room for 3 days without food. I mean, it would help her jowliness.
What?
Huh? I'm telling you that it's...
Tell me what?
Now you can talk all about how they edit reality TV.
Most of you probably know me from a reality TV show, and I'm sure you know that these kind of shows are heavily edited.
But no matter how they edit this show, if I was in a relationship with her and she broke 2 of my phones, did a factory reset on my phone because she was mad...
Dude, the factory reset, it blows my mind. The factory reset blows my mind. I'm just like, the factory reset, that's a crazy move. That's a wild move. What did Pessy do on this? Look, I'm not saying that. Look, we're different shows. And I think we're different shows. And like Pessy, we're different shows.
Now, at me, keyed my car, or hit me. If she did just one of those things, then the relationship...
You're supposed to put everything in your mama's name like the song said? I mean, that would be a good idea.
...would be over. Clever editing didn't make it seem like she did that. She actually did those things. Now, on the topic of Anfisa's recent behavior, since her husband was arrested for driving with nearly 300 pounds of weed in his car, she has lost weight and allowed her Botox to wear off, which raises her number back up a little bit.
She does look a little better. She does look a little bit better. A little bit.
Curious, though. She says she hates being married to George, and as soon as he is gone in prison, she starts making herself look more attractive. I'm sure you guys know what she's planning to do, especially considering they have already been married long enough for her to still get permanent residency, even if they get a divorce, all the while being supportive of George during his time of need. Anfisa is weighing her options.
Bro, you'll figure out he absolutely deserves this by the end. I'm not, dude. Look, broski. He does. He absolutely deserves it 100% because he ignored red flag after red flag after red flag. Like, the bitch is, she says, when we divorce, I deserve more than 50%. She clearly treats you like garbage. She says, I'm only sleeping with you so you can buy me things. Dude, why would you marry this chick? Are you telling me you didn't see any of this? You didn't see any signs of this before this happened? You're stupid. You're stupid and bad at, like, judging character. Like a woman. You're bad at this, bro. And it's not going to get better. He'll move on and just pick another chick that is worse, probably, if you can imagine that. Probably. Yeah, probably worse.
Should she stay with George or leave him?
Pat says, yeah, he forgave her in the end of the episode. Shut the fuck up. You're kidding me. Well, then what are you going to do? What are you supposed to do with that? What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? There's nothing. I feel not even an ounce of sadness, or I don't feel bad for this guy whatsoever. If you're just a glutton for punishment and a glutton for food, very obviously, how are we supposed to feel bad for you? I don't feel bad for you at all.
Judging by her recent decision to become a competitive bodybuilder, it looks like she wants to leave him. But her actions support both games, whether she is trying to monkey branch or not. Tom Likas would call this investing for the future. Women will pay for a few days.
Oh, God, we should listen to some Tom Likas. I don't know if I could even make a show about that, but I could probably listen to some Tom Likas and be like, yeah, he's making some points.
Front to rope you in.
She got a decent ass.
And then, once you're hooked, expect you to pay for absolutely everything. She spends $200 on a few...
His sisters are hot as heck. He got beat with the ugly jeans stick. Who, the fatso? The fat guy? Wow. rough.
2 days, and then gets tens of thousands of dollars.
Doom says, dump that bit. I mean, like, look, dude, that is a perfectly reasonable response for a person with a decent head on their shoulders. He doesn't have that. He's just got a bunch of fucking cholesterol and meat in his head. He's a dumbass. He's a pot dealer. And sure, he's doing it semi-legally, but, like, who gives a shit? Didn't you go to jail?
Spent on dates in return. If you try to call her out on it, she will just refer back to the beginning of the relationship and say, "Oh, I'm a gold digger? Don't you remember that one time when I paid for a date 3 years ago?" If George is the best
3 years
can
ago?
get, then anytime he calls her a gold digger, she can just bring up the fact that she was nice to him while he was in prison and rope him back in. She will use that as blackmail on him for years. She might even throw in the "I do everything for you and you do nothing for me" cliche. Just because someone was nice in the past and paid for something doesn't mean you are currently exchanging equivalent value. That's like paying a contractor for one job and then expecting him to do all of his future jobs for free.
She fucked him and he canceled her flight out. Wild episode. Sorry for spoilers. I wasn't sure if he would bring it up. Damn. He canceled her flight. Wait, was she in Russia? Good. Keep her in Russia. Keep her over there.
Now, if Anfisa goes the other way, decides she wants to leave George, and that causes her legal issues, then she can point out that she cared for him when he was in jail, so she didn't just marry him to get a green card. This is all her playing the game. She's already shown us who she is, and that kind of person doesn't magically flip into a saint in 2 years' time, particularly when there's no benefit in doing that. So why is George putting up with this? Why won't he just
I'll tell you
her?
why, because George is retarded. George is an idiot, and he's amazed that any girl that looks like Anfisa, even though she's kind of mid, would touch his penis. Which means he's a fucking weird... Look, at one point, George didn't have any money. And he thought money was the problem. That's why chicks weren't banging him and stuff like that. And I'm like, George, that's not the reason. It's because of you. It's your personality. It's the person you are. You suck. You're stupid. You're a big fat stupid head. You're a stupid person. You're a stupid man. And that's why chicks aren't fucking you. That's the main reason. And I know it's not even about your body. Like the body is a reflection of your stupidness. You're fat and stupid. Right? It doesn't really matter how much money you have. You're going to attract the same garbage woman over and over. And I've seen it time after time. I've seen relatively good looking guys fucking like with success and stuff like that date the same trash women over and over and over. It's not about money. It's not about looks. It's about the stupid meat inside your stupid head. You have no ability. You're like a douchey, cringy douche master, dude. You ain't got the riz. That's it. That's it. And when people are like, "Oh, I have no money and that's why I'm not getting laid." Well, that ain't it. It's not it. Look, money's a factor. Don't get me wrong. Money is a factor for sure. And looks are a factor. Of course. But the main factor is your head, your mind, your brain. If you have a good brain on in your head, if you're smart and you're articulate and you're funny and stuff like that, women will see this and be like, "Well, he has the ability to make money." And that's what they're attracted to. It's not the money in essence. It is the potential that they're attracted to. You have no real potential. Even if you have made a successful career selling weed, that doesn't mean you have any sort of brains, sir. Selling weed is not hard. Criminals do it.
Why didn't he leave Anfisa during the show?
Forest Money says, hit that like button. Thank you, Forest Money.
It's not like he wasn't warned about her behavior.
Honestly, I I believe that she thought she was coming here to the U.S. and that you were going to give her every single thing that she asked for.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you pay for somebody to spread their legs.
She ain't wrong. She ain't wrong. She ain't wrong about that. Mm-mm.
I knew my family would have advised against me marrying Anfisa, but I still did it anyways.
People have told him how this whole thing is.
Well, maybe your family saw something that you didn't, and you were just thinking with your stupid boner. That's what you're doing. You're just thinking with your big stupid boner. And it's probably not even big. It's small. Your small flaccid cock. But you did it anyway.
Is going to play out, and he is not unaware of his situation. So I want you guys to pay close attention, because when you see a guy like maybe one of your friends walking right into an obvious trap, this is why. I want you to think of George like a heroin addict. If someone is addicted to heroin, it doesn't matter how many times you tell them it's bad for them, they're still going to do heroin. George is an addict. He is repeating a destructive behavior despite that.
He's right. He's right. He's a complete addict. I'm going to do another ad. I got to get these ads, you know? All right, outdoor crew. If you're into fishing, camping, or getting off the grid, meet your new best friend, the Hunter Orange 25-quart cooler from Caddis Sports. This isn't your average cooler. It's roto-modeled for max durability, bear-proof, and 20% lighter than other brands. So it's easy to haul whether you're deep in the backcountry or just setting up at the dock. You'll get up to 3 days of ice retention thanks to thick, high-performance insulation. That means cold drinks, fresh food, and fewer ice runs, whether you're chasing muttons offshore or posted up at the campsite. Best part, it's a 40 to 50% cheaper than a big-name cooler, but still built to perform season after season. And like all Caddis Sports name brand gear, it's proudly made in the USA. Use code RUMBLE at checkout for 10% off your order today. That's CaddisSports.com. Go grab the Hunter Orange 25Q cooler and keep your next adventure ice cold. I probably didn't do that one right. I should have said 25 quart, but
the negative consequences.
I'll get him.
Why? Because he likes being stepped on by women.
I think he also has a rich family who hated her. Yeah, of course he did. Of course he did. Of course he did. They're like, don't marry this chick. She's terrible. And he's like, no, I'm going to do it. And now his life is ruined. Now he's ruining his life, and he's all... Some people you can't help. Some people you just cannot help. Some people are just fucking retarded. What are you supposed to do about that?
Anfisa's very controlling. She likes to be bossy. And I kind of like that. I kind of like her firmness of, her standing her ground, but I'll also stand my ground too, so.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you wouldn't accept this bullshit out of her.
That's where conflict comes into play.
Believe it or not, there are actually a lot of rich guys who are into this. There's a really interesting episode of Joe Rogan with Sierra Lynch where she talks about how guys would pay her so they could watch her waste their money shopping online. Now,
that's weird. Why would you be into that? I'm not going to watch you waste my money. That would piss me off. I'd be like, bitch, don't you dare.
Understandably, some of your more normal friends may not be into the sub-dom culture, but it's still a variant of this. If you know someone who is in a terrible relationship and they stay with that partner, they are doing it because they're an addict. We measure addiction by negative content.
I mean, like, look, there's all types of people. There's people that are into crazy chicks. There's people into doms and stuff. There's people into trans people and shit like that. And there's a lot of fucking crazies out there. There's a lot of fucking crazies. Yeah, it's a problem. That's a problem.
Consequence. And there are all kinds of bad things that can happen to you when you're in a relationship with an abusive partner like Anfisa. Now, of course, if you see a friend in danger, then as a good friend, you can warn them. You would be a terrible friend if you saw your friend walking towards a cliff and didn't try to stop him. You can give him the tools to avoid the negative consequences, but if he ignores
What if he's walking towards a cliff and then he insists that is not a cliff? That's just a gentle slope. Or worse, that's uphill. That is simply uphill. That's not a cliff. That's a mountain. And I'm going to climb that mountain. No, sir, that's a cliff. And you will fall to your death. And they're like, no, I don't believe you. No. And then what are you supposed to do? You back up and you start recording because, you know, you might make some money off of it. At some point, you can't help people. You just can't help people. People have to learn from their own mistakes. And this guy, he's not going to be one of them. Let's be honest. He's not going to learn from his mistakes. Because if he did, he wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. I kind of doubt that this is his first relationship ever. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
your warnings, then the only thing you can do is let his addictive behavior cause...
There are some damaged sides out there. Like there are guys that want to be cucked, not just in the bedroom, but in life. Whoa. How in life? How do you get cucked in life?
...to fall. And that might mean some pretty disastrous things. It might mean jail. It might mean losing half of his stuff. It might mean paying 5 years of alimony. It might mean paying 18 years for a kid that's not his. It might mean becoming homeless. Oh well, that's what he's chosen. And if you try to get in the way of his failure, you will only make it worse.
Yes.
For example, let's say you have a family member who is an alcoholic and they lose their home. You say, no problem, just come live with me. By doing that, you have just removed the consequences of their bad decisions. So instead of saying, wow, I see the errors of my ways, they're going to say, great, I don't have to pay rent anymore, so I can afford to drink. George from 90 Day Fiancé is experiencing that now. His relationship with...
This is Alcatraz. I've been here. This is Alcatraz.
Visa has had negative consequences. He is currently in jail. And who's to say that he didn't make that mistake with his medical marijuana business because he was trying to rake in more cash to meet Anfisa's demands. Now, he has already been warned, so if someone helps him, like posting bail or becomes his emotional tampon for all his problems with his wife, then he will just say, great, I have all the support I need, so I don't have to make any changes. And that's how the cycle works. That's why these people...
Like there are guys that want a dude to come take their woman and their house while they run errands and go to work and shit. It's weird. That is strange. That's very strange.
People won't listen to reason. That's why every addict is in denial. They need strong negative consequences before they will make any changes. You can help people who want to be helped, but if they refuse you, then the best thing you can do is shut up and don't support them when they are hurt by their bad choices. Otherwise, you will make them worse. But that's enough for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. Subscribe.
Okay. That was a short one. And we have 50 minutes left. Let's see. Okay, we'll do another one of his videos.
I want to buy a Chanel. $3,000.
More simp videos. Why men date abusive women?
I just want to money.
And that's a big ass ring. So you should feel like a damn queen with a rock like that. But no, you take advantage.
When you don't say that I would like to take advantage of the
She's not pretty either.
to just love. Because advantage, what? Because it's not millionaire. I want...
Colt's not a millionaire. Neither are you. Not even in looks.
$1 million from Colt.
I am fully convinced that TLC is the best channel on television. It's called the Learning Channel for a reason, and that's because it has a ton of different shows that are dedicated to teaching us all about pathological relationships. 90 Day Fiancé being at the top of that list. For those of you who don't know, 90 Day Fiancé is
a cockroach in a meat suit. This guy is funny. This guy without a neck. He has no neck. He's just the funniest looking guy. He's just got no neck. I know, and he's become famous for not having a neck. Is that like a disorder or something like that? He's got something, no-neckitis?
So we're largely Americans with low sexual market value trying to get with a partner with a much higher sexual market value by looking in the third world. This time, we have two couples, Larissa and Colt, and Nicole.
31. 31. 31. 31? 31? And you're like, she's not even, like, if she was 21, that'd be a different story. You know, she's just a little weird. Like, but at least 31?
And Azan. I have picked these two couples because I think they both exemplify the negative consequences of not putting effort into your life. Now, there are two ways to motivate yourself to achieve something. One is desire, and the other is fear. What am I going to gain by achieving this goal, or what horrible thing is going to happen to me if I don't achieve it? Ideally, you want both at the same time, because then metaphorically, it's like you have a goal to run towards, but then also, there is this horrible guy running behind you, trying to kill you. That fear forces you to run faster towards the goal. If you don't bring these two powers together at the same time, then you are not going to find the overwhelming willpower to get stuff done. And there is a danger to that. The danger of not getting stuff done is that you are doomed to live around low-quality people because they are the only people who will want you. You will have...
God, I know. Oh, my God. She's... And he fucking hates her. She hates that fat bitch.
Have no other options. So this video is going to focus on what you should be afraid of when you don't try at life. Our first example is Colt from Las Vegas. He is a guy who doesn't really have any willpower. People say he talks in lowercase, which essentially means that he has
That's pretty funny. He talks in lowercase.
No energy in his voice.
I feel really embarrassed right now. Larissa has no right to start a fight with me in front of my friends in public.
But she's going to do it anyway, and then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're just going to bend over and take it because no one else is touching your fucking fat man boobs. Lose some weight.
Why can't we just save this for later? If she ever does something like that again, we will not get married.
He lives with his mom at 35.
Are you going to tell her that? Are you going to lay down some laws and some, like, kind of, like, or not?
He is out of shape, and he doesn't seem to have any high aspirations. So if he wants a wife who is reasonably attractive, he's going to have to make some sacrifices by shopping for a wife in Brazil. And as a consequence, this is how his fiancée, Larissa, greets him when she arrives in America and sees him in person for the very first time.
Larissa!
Where is my flowers?
I hope they show Colt speed dating or fumbling a porn star. I mean, like, porn star quality or porn, like an actual porn star? Because, like, you know.
Where is my flowers?
Ready to go home, darling?
Oh, please.
Larissa has only been in Las Vegas for 3 hours, and she's literally not stopped complaining since she arrived here.
Yeah, because she saw you. That's what the problem is. She saw you. If you were attractive and not like a fucking simp cuck, which you are, then she wouldn't be complaining as much. You're the problem. 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 No, she was an actual porn star who was about to fuck him. What? No. No. I don't believe that.
I gotta say that if she greeted me like that the very first time I saw her, I would have sent her right back home. Not only did Colt pay for her plane ticket to America.
If I saw her getting off the plane, like I had a sign that said, what is her fucking name? Larissa. I saw her get off the plane, I would hide it. And then I'd walk away and pretend I was getting a Cinnabon or something like that. She's gross, dude. She's ugly. She's not pretty. She's not pretty at all. So, like, I mean, and then on top of that, she sees you and then immediately has no respect. Immediately has no respect for you. So, you know, you don't have respect for yourself. That's a problem. That's another problem in the infinite amount of problems that you have.
But because she didn't get her visa in time for the first flight, she missed it, and he had to pay for a second ticket. After that, the first thing she says...
Ardenshire says, what happened here is he went to Brazil and didn't realize all the girls tell you they love you. Did he go to Brazil? Because I feel like he didn't go to Brazil. If he went to Brazil, he'd be able to find a better one than this. It would be easy. You go to any bar or anything like that, start chatting up a 20-year-old, it's not going to be an issue, bro. They'll be a million times hotter. And they might be nice to you. They might. Probably not, though, because you have that thing about you where it's just difficult to respect you. It's difficult to respect you.
To him is, where are my flowers? Then she proceeds to complain for several hours. Screw that.
I'm not a good cooker, you know. When I speak to Coach, I lie to him about my cooking skills.
Bitch.
Because I thought, what do men like? Sex and good food.
Okay, so she's a liar too.
So I bet the sex is whack too. I bet it's garbage, dude. I bet it's garbage.
Understand that she's on a K-1 visa.
But like, look at him. My God, he's not getting anything.
So she can't work, which also means she can't be paid for the show. So the only way she can be of value to Colt is to take care of his home, but she doesn't have the skills to do so, which means she basically is going to sit around all day. It's not like you could maybe spend that free time learning how to keep a home.
How is your life hell? You have a man paying for you. Your man pays for everything. Your man pays for everything because you don't do a thing right now.
You have to understand how
I like how his family's just like telling her off, and she's just like, yeah. Yep. And this guy doesn't even respond. This guy does not even respond. He has absolutely no balls on him. There's no balls. There's no balls to be seen here.
This all is. Colt is so trapped in thinking that Larissa is the best.
Yep, he bailed on an easy rebound and went back to her. God, dude, he's just a fucking cuck.
He can do, that it doesn't matter what his friends or family say. Even though everyone in his life doesn't like Larissa, he won't listen.
I think that he's naive right now and is excited to have somebody in his life. You know, he hasn't had a girlfriend in a long time. He's got his blinders on right now.
You could always break this off. I just want you to think about it.
I like how they say that right in front of her. It's not like they take him aside and be like, dude, are you sure you want to do this? Like, because she seems like kind of a bitch. Are you sure? Okay. No, it's right in front of her. Where they're like, she's awful. You should leave her. Like, shooting looks at her and stuff. That's funny. That's super funny. I would love to be there for that. Like, watching it is fun, but like being in the room would be a different story. I'd be like, oh, how do you feel about that, Larissa? I'm eating chips.
You're not just coming over here to marry my man for a green card, are you? No, I think they're pretty much screwed. You know, I think that she's coming to America to enjoy the, high life.
So naturally,
she probably came to America and like Las Vegas especially, thinking it would be like all great stuff. And it is coming from Brazil, because Brazil is like filled with favelas and like crime and shit. And but it's probably not all cracked up to what she thought it would be. And then the man is a huge problem too.
They get married, despite everyone telling him not to.
Ardenshire says, if I were her dad, I'd feel ashamed. Well, thank God she doesn't have a dad. I doubt she has a dad. Because her dad would fucking... Well, I don't even know. Because, like, there's chicks that have dads and stuff like that are too a lot. That, like, let them get away with absolute murder. Literal crimes. And then it's my princess can't do anything wrong. It must be you're the problem. You are the problem. That's being a bad father as well, by the way. That's being a bad father too. Being absent isn't the only way to be a bad father. You can be there and be overly supportive and not let your little girl make not let her suffer from her own bad decisions. I've seen this too. Where a chick just ruins her own life because she always assumes her dad, which is probably wealthy, is going to fix it. And he always does. He always does to the best of his ability until the law steps in. And then he can't do anything. And then she's really fucked. That's bad fathering. That's being a bad dad.
Haven't even gotten to the good part yet. Larissa abuses Colt quite heavily, and she has...
Rob says he could have got her flowers, though. You sure? Sure, I get my wife flowers all the time. Like, I don't know, a couple times a month, probably. I get her flowers. It's not a hard thing to do. You just pick up flowers. You go to the grocery store, you get flowers. Doesn't matter. It's not hard. They're not expensive.
It's a secret she's been keeping. But first, a word from this video's sponsor, Sandman.
Zuck the cuck drinks water like a duck, but he also drinks your data. So tell him and Google to shove your data up their schwing.
This is a diversion tactic from...
Sandman does some interesting videos, too. He's very manosphere type of stuff.
Larissa, I'm not all bad. I do good things, too. I want you to remember all the good times we had. This is such an effective tactic that abusers use, so allow me to use...
Do you think steroids would help him? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, testosterone. Just basic testosterone would help him because he's obviously lacking quite a bit of that. And I'm not even saying that's his fault. He probably got like testicles full of like microplastics and shit. So like, yeah, I believe that would very much help. And then he might grow enough balls to be like, you know what? I don't need to put up with your fucking skanky Latin ass. Because this shit ain't good. This ain't good. That's yucky. That's a yucky bitch right there. You don't want that. You can get somebody 10 years younger. Easy peasy. Especially if you're going from Brazil and shit like that. Come on. Easy all day long. And like the asses there are phenomenal. But you're just a fucking cuck, dude. And you let this fucking... She's like, look at her. Dude. How do you explain it to somebody? Because his friends and his family are like, dude, she is a monster. She is a nightmare. She is here to destroy your life. She is a succubus in human form. And he's all like, no. And she treats you like garbage. Actively in front of your friends. How long? You know that makes them respect you less? You know that makes everybody respect you less when she treats you like garbage right in front of them. Right in front of everybody. No.
It's a metaphor to point out how dumb this argument is. Let's say you're in a relationship with a girl, and once every 100 days, she freaks out and beats the crap out of you. Every day during that period...
Look how fucking fat he is.
She is a perfect angel, except for that one day.
Look how fucking fat he is. Come on.
She's not so bad. Once every 100 days is only 1% of the time. She is almost always a good person, except for that tiny 1%. Or, let me say it this way. Once every 3 months or so, your wife screams at you and beats the crap out of you. Is she a good wife? Should you remember the good times? That is
Should you remember the good times? I don't know. I asked my wife for a drink. She's not getting me a drink, so I have to make
happen with Larissa and Colt.
You guys watch this.
They were married for less than a year, and she was arrested 3 times for domestic violence. The most recent time, she punched Colt in the face, inflicted a bunch of wounds on herself, and then called the police on him. Thankfully, the Las Vegas police didn't believe her, and they threw her in jail instead of Colt. Here's a picture of her mugshot. Wow. Having no makeup on makes a huge difference. She also says things like this.
Colt, you a loser, fat loser, that live with your mother.
And she tries to isolate Colt from family members that she doesn't like, particularly the ones who point out that she is an abuser,
Love is enduring for the other. Love is fighting for the other.
In my wedding. Don't come to my wedding, okay? What do you think that you are? And everyone that's against me,
You are
not my wedding, okay? Who is against the queen will die?
It doesn't matter if Larissa is capable of having good times. Your character is measured by what you do when things aren't going well. When things don't go well for Larissa, she gets violent and abusive. Now, as I said earlier, she has a secret which functions just perfectly as the cherry on top to this whole situation.
I have kids.
What do you say? What? If he does cover the porn star episode, you get to see him in all his glory. Okay, well, I hope he does.
Yes, you heard it. Larissa is a single mother. 2 kids by 2
Oh! Oh, no. Did he not know that before? Is he just learning this now? Did he seriously not know that before? Well, look, there's been a lot of deal breakers. But, like, that is a super duper deal breaker. Ew.
different fathers. 2 kids
2
who
different
she
dads.
ditched back in Brazil so that she could get $1 million from cults. I don't believe she has revealed the ages of her kids, but judging by the things that she said during interviews and during the show...
She's 31, so I bet her kids are 21.
They're young. She has been divorced from Colt for over a year, and she hasn't moved back to Brazil to be with her kids. She straight up abandoned them. However, she has started an OnlyFans account.
Oh, great.
If you don't get your act together, then people like Larissa will be all over your life.
It's not about getting your act together. It's not about getting your act together. You're just a cuck. You're just low testosterone. Do steroids. Do inject testosterone into your ass and just be like, see if you put up with this shit anymore. Because I don't think you will. That's the problem. You'll lose some weight, you'll look better, you'll feel better and shit like that. Instead of just getting walked over and having your nut stomped on by this single mom of 2 in her 30s. God, dude.
You will have friends like Larissa. You will have girlfriends like Larissa. You will have coworkers in management like Larissa.
Now, my wife has 2 kids. But they're my kids. They're my fucking kids. And we're married. And it's like, it is a different, why would you date a woman with 2 kids in her 30s? She does not know how to hold down a relationship, and you're just going to be the next fucking... Does this guy have a nose stud? This guy has a fucking stud in his nose. Ew, that's fucking gross.
And you will have family like Larissa. They may not be as toxic as her, but they will still have a very detrimental effect on your life. On to our next couple, Nicole and Azan. Unlike Colt, Nicole is someone who has high aspirations and energy in her voice, but at the same time has zero follow-through when it comes to carrying anything out. With that
except for her enormous ass
said, she doesn't really have any traits that any quality guy would want. Nicole is morbidly obese. She is physically...
And a lot of people might not say that's morbidly obese. I would, though. That's morbidly obese. Yeah. Because you're not... I mean... Yes. Look. Just because you're not... You are way too fat. You are way too fat for a 24-year-old especially. You are way too fat. That's a problem.
Abusive. She doesn't know how to cook, and she is a single mother. So in order to find the, quote, man of her dreams, she has to go to Morocco.
If you find... Look, Pat, if you find, like, the episode where he does the speed dating with a porn star, send it to me. Send me a link, and I'll do that.
Morocco, just to find a man who is willing to pretend to like her.
Physically, I'm attracted to Nicole, but it's not like, just like, for example, 55%.
Not 100% attracted to her, because no one would ever be attracted to this fucking fat pile of shit. Look at her. If she was thin, she'd be cute. I'm not going to lie. She was thin. 24, if she was like 110 pounds and like, I mean, she had a nice set of boobs, she'd be good looking. She'd be good looking, but not like this. Not like this. And that's a shame. That's a fucking shame. Why did you do this to yourself? You don't understand the basic physics of like food and stuff like that. You realized you were getting fat at some point. You did that, right? You realized like, wow, I'm getting super, super fat. Why didn't you just completely stop eating for like a month at minimum? That would have fixed your problem. Not gone on a stupid, silly little fucking diet. Just stop eating. Completely. Nothing but water. That's it. Don't be like, oh, I'm just going to have like, it's proteins only. I'm going to go low carb and stuff. No! Stop eating completely. Completely. It's not like you're useful anyway. Be honest. If you would have stopped eating for a month, you would have lost 100 pounds easily. But you can't stop yourself. You're like, oh, I'm just going to cheat on my diet. Just this once. But then you do that constantly. And even if you did that once a week, you're piling in 15,000 calories when you do that. You know that, right? You don't understand the math behind it. Do you realize how much you're eating and how much calories you actually expend in a day? Oh, I go to the gym and I work out. No, you don't. But let's be real. That is not doing it. It is all diet. It is 100% your diet. It's not about the food. It's not about how much you're exercising. It's your diet, bitch. It's your diet.
Because I always want my wife to go to the gym with me.
Rob says, I hate siding with Muslims, but fuck Miss Piggy. You're not siding with Muslims. I'm not siding with this guy. This guy is taking advantage of this poor fat girl. I'm not siding with him at all. If anything, he's worse. No, he is worse. He's worse as a person. That's not even an issue. She's awful, but he's worse.
Be healthy.
55%? That's an F. Azan gave Nicole, the woman he deeply loves, an F. I'm surprised that she kept a straight-up poker face when he called her ugly. Just like Colt, that lack of reaction is probably due to the fact that she knows she hasn't done anything to deserve a better partner. And that's because she gives up on literally everything that would improve her life as soon as it gets difficult.
I try to eat healthy.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, I bet she's going to go over her list of diets and say it's somehow not her fault and stuff. And yeah, I'd like to see this.
Healthy for a little bit, and it was going well, but I got stressed out, so I kind of stopped, so.
I would love to see what her attempt at eating healthy food was like, especially considering that she has no idea what real produce looks like.
Green beans like this?
Are those green beans or peas?
Green beans.
Are those green beans or peas? Are you serious? Whoa! You can't name basic vegetables? Those are green beans. These are eggplants. There's cauliflowers. I think these are peaches down here. There's radishes in the back. And I see carrots as well. Can you name... What is the white thing? It's not white broccoli. What is this? She can't. She has no idea. She fucking eats dino nuggets and mac and cheese. I guarantee you.
Used to vegetables in a can. This is definitely different what I'm used to. If I even see fresh products, it's usually in a supermarket in a refrigerated section. That's what I'm used to for fresh ingredients.
This is what I imagine.
But, and she's got purple hair. Great.
When I see all the fat acceptance people saying things like, I tried to eat healthy, but it didn't work. I bet if you took them to a supermarket, most of them would not be able to show you what a peach looks like outside of a Dole fruit cup. How am I supposed to believe that Nicole actually tried to eat healthy? So the backstory to this visit to the market was that 22-year-old Nicole went to go visit Azan in Morocco.
Damn, she's aggressive at eating too. That's an aggressive eater.
He had trouble getting a K-1 visa to America, so she had...
Ardenshire says bad tasting clouds. I mean, honestly, that might be close enough. If she said that, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll give you half credit. I'll give you half credit. The cauliflower is disgusting. But like... And then this is her dad. And that's all... It's her dad's fault. I wasn't going to say that until I saw her dad, but now that I see her dad, it is her dad's fault. That is a fucking cuckface right there. Oh my God, dude. Look at his fucking stepmom mean mugging.
Had to visit him. Keep in mind that she had a kid who was only a year and a half old at the time of her first trip, and that trip to Morocco was 5 weeks. That's like an eternity to a child.
Whoa! You had a 15-month-old, 18-month-old, right? And you left for a month? 5 weeks you left for a month? Jess can't even leave her babies for an hour. Like, sometimes it's an hour. But like, no way, dude. That's crazy.
She abandoned her daughter for over a month so she could meet some stranger in a different country. Like, holy crap, these single mothers do not care about their kids. Then worse, when her daughter was 2...
Why is it single mothers? Do they just not care about anybody? Because Jess cares about her kids. Jess cares about her kids. I know that for a fact. What is wrong with these people? Why would you leave your daughter for that long? That's mean. That's super mean. And also extremely selfish. Because then you put your daughter into the hands of what? Your parents? Her grandparents? It's not their job to take care of your kids. All right? They didn't knock you up. You got knocked up by some rando. And then you bailed on your own fucking daughter to go get knocked up by another rando.
She brings her to Morocco, a country that Nicole blatantly stated that she did no research on to see if it was safe before her first.
Is Morocco safe? I know there's a lot of French people there, but I know it's in Africa, so probably not that safe.
Trip.
Did you do research?
On Morocco? No.
I mean, America is a very...
I'm sorry, you probably sit on your phone all day long. You can't type into the Google machine, Morocco. You know, look up some videos on Morocco and see how it is. None of that. And look at your little girl, dude. That's sad. That's some sad shit. And you're just a fat pile of goo.
Very wealthy country, but there are still plenty of places where you shouldn't take your kid. Did Nicole care to check to see if Azan lived in the Moroccan version of that before she took her daughter there? Not to mention that she parents her kid with an iPad. And when Azan was having trouble getting a visa, probably because he didn't actually want one, she was willing to abandon her child for more than a year so that she could marry Azan in Morocco and get him a visa that way. Because just like Colt, Nicole...
A year? She's not going to know you when you come back.
Nicole knows that she can't get a guy as physically fit as Azan in America, and she doesn't want to self-improve, so she ignores all of the completely stupid shit that is going on in her relationship. Like the fact that she has been his fiancé for 4 years and has mysteriously failed to marry him twice. She also sends him money. She cheated on him.
Yeah, he doesn't want to marry you. He doesn't want to marry you. He doesn't want to marry you.
You know, before I cheated on him, things were amazing.
What? Why did you do that?
After I cheated, it changed.
He cheated on her. They argue all the time. She is physically abusive, and when she attacked him, he had to run up some stairs just to get away from her.
My arch nemesis, stairs. Well, I'm just going to run up these stairs. And then she's like, you bastard. You know I hate stairs. You son of a bitch.
There is likely far more to this story than
so
we're
funny.
being told. Nicole has wasted 4 years of her youth on a relationship that is not going to work out. She has fostered a terrible relationship with her daughter, and her family has zero respect for her.
Yeah, makes sense. I don't have any respect for her. Do you guys have respect for her? I don't have an ounce of respect for this chick. That dude has weird sexual attractions. He rubs park benches way too intensely. These are probably, yeah. Yep. Yeah, probably.
This is so hard.
Oh my God.
I can't go up there.
Walking outside, that's the problem. You're walking up sand dunes. I'm sorry. It's really hard.
I don't exercise, okay? This is not a thing for
We know. We know this. We're aware. We see your body. We see the fucking... No.
me.
Look at that. She gives up on walking up that hill from the very start after a tiny bit of struggle. The hill isn't even that big. Azan practically has to force her to go up.
I mean, it's sand and it's a decent-sized hill. But, yeah.
Eventually, she makes it and does the camel ride, but the whole time, she just wants to quit. If she stays on this path,
Moroccan desert
then she
is good
is
for her.
never
You're right.
going to have anything good. And
You're
that's how your life will turn out when you don't try. You don't get good things out of life when you don't put any effort in. Instead, you get to live with your mom at 35 and marry a person who abuses you. Or you get to be led on for 4 years in a toxic relationship with a guy who clearly doesn't love you. What other options do they have? If you don't work hard, you don't get
He looks
good
like Will Smith's kid a little bit.
options. And this will affect every part of your life. You need to develop the ability to push through challenges, even if you think there is no way that you can succeed. That's what creates successful people. They push through tough times and defy all the odds. Now, I know a lot of you play video games, so I will explain this with video games because there are tons of things you can learn from them, especially if the game is competitive. One of the games I play a lot is Smash Ultimate, and something that you learn when you start getting good is mental game. Your mentality...
I'm not good at this game. And I have it, and I'm not good at
it. Has a very heavy effect on the outcome of the match. If you're going to play at a high level, then you need to have the mentality of, I'm never going to give up, no matter how far behind I am. For those of you who don't know, Super Smash Bros. Is a fighting game where you try to knock your opponent off the stage and out of bounds. The more you hit the other player, the higher their percentage goes, and the easier it is to knock them off the stage. Online matches typically play with 3 lives. There have been plenty of matches where I was down to my last life while my opponent was on their first life, but I still ended up winning. Look at this match. I'm playing Young Link, and this Roy player has me completely beat. After he hits me with a sword, I know that there is no way I can make it back to the stage with Link. So, basically I should just let myself fall and die, right? Nope. I still try to recover anyway, and it turns out that he fucked up, missed the ledge, and fell out of bounds before I did. If I didn't try to recover, I would have fallen first and lost. There are tons of matches out there where things like this happen, and where giving up will cause you to lose a match that you could have won. When it comes to mental game, there are different roles to play. If you are losing, understand that very often your opponent will get arrogant and lazy because they are ahead. That's your chance to fight harder and catch up. Even if you think that there's no way you can win, you say to yourself, I might lose the match, but before that happens, I'm at least going to take one of his lives. I'm not going to let this guy embarrass me. That mentality very often leads to a victory that you wouldn't have otherwise gotten.
I gotta play more of this game.
If you are winning, then your goal is to intimidate and demoralize your opponent.
I want to be good at this game. I know I'm not going to be, but I mean, I want to be good at it. Brawlhalla is another one like this. Practice. Yeah, I mean, I just, I got other games. I've been playing BF6 a lot, and BF6 is good. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Battlefield 6 has been good to me. I've been having a lot of fun. You know, sometimes I get stopped. Sometimes I go on like amazing runs and shit like that. Here's the thing about Battlefield. You don't have to run everywhere. Right? When you're in it, your heart starts pumping and then you start running everywhere and shit like that. But like, if you walk and like kind of take your time and like walk around the map a little bit, you get a lot more kills. And you die less too, because a lot of times you run into situations where like people are peeking on you and have better angles and stuff like that, and you just run into crossfire. But if you walk, people just run in front of you and you shoot them. It makes it a lot easier. It's a good game. I've been having fun. And the destructible environments are a lot of fun too. Because like you'll be in a building and all of a sudden that building is crashing to the ground and you can die in the rubble or you can jump out or whatever. It's good. I want to buy it, but it's not coming out till October, so I'm not going to pre-order it.
So that they give up. Don't even give them
one
second to catch their breath. You want to make them completely hopeless. With that said, what do you think the media is doing when the local ABC News channel almost exclusively reports rape?
Pat says, no, don't practice at video games. Just play them for fun. They're not worth getting good at. No, I understand that. I don't consider myself like a serious gamer by any stretch of the imagination. She's funny looking. No, I'm very casual. I'm a filthy casual. And I like to, like, I don't play and like get angry when I lose. Well, sometimes I do. But like, I like just having fun and getting kills and stuff like that. And I'll just sit there and chill. This is why I like Dark Souls games, which I still haven't beat. Elden Ring. Still haven't. I haven't even gone back to it. But I got to the final boss. I got to Millennia, and then she just stopped me over and over. I just like chilling out and just playing. I just like playing. It makes me mad I haven't beat that yet, though. It's probably not going to happen. Let's be honest. It's not going to happen. I have the wrong build and stuff like that. And Esteban's been trying to, like, get me to change my build and stuff like that. I'm like, I should be able to beat her, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not a serious gamer. I don't want to, like, go professional or anything like that. I just like playing games. And, I got a million other things going on. Yeah, I'm a father too. I got this thing. I got Daywave. I'm not disappointed with how my life is going. You know, I'm okay with it. I'm pretty content where I am. I don't need to be good at video games to like fill a hole or anything.
Murder and robberies. Why do you think their narrative is always negative? No matter how good things get, every year is the worst year. Everything is unfair, and you will never get ahead no matter how hard you try.
That shit is fake. Your hair is fake, dude.
Why do you think they do that? It's because they want you to give up, and they want you to stop trying so they can obtain more power. And a lot of people fall for that. That's the black pill. Man, some things are a little bad, so I'm just going to give up.
Everything's a little bad. Right. Look, everything's a little bad. It's always bad. Look, life is kind of shitty. Life is shitty for everyone. It doesn't matter where you're born or where you come up or anything like that. Everyone has a shitty life in some manner or another. And you might not believe me. You might be like, oh, yeah, that rich kid over there that gets laid all the time. Oh, he's got a great life. No, dude, he's got his own fucking problems. Trust me. He's got a different set of problems than you. And you have a different set of problems than him. It's not better or worse, okay? You might have like jealousy and stuff like that. But he feels the same way towards you. So don't be like, oh, it's so unfair. It's not unfair. They're different situations. They're different problems. They are equal. Right? And you know, you might look at him and be like, well, I'm going to work real hard and then become super rich and stuff like that. And then that way I'll have what he has and stuff. And then you do that and you become super rich. And then you realize that was a mistake. You wasted your life trying to become rich and you neglected your children, and now they have the same problems that kid had. And maybe you don't understand. But you just changed one set of problems for another. That's what you did. You didn't solve anything. It's like trying to convert energy. Energy is not lost. It's just converted into another form. The same as with your problems. Your problems just change forms. You're always going to have problems. That is the nature of life. The key to being happy and to being content is being okay with problems. That's the key. Being happy with what you have. Living in the moment and shit like that. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Mainstream media and all the corrupt people in the world didn't have to do anything because you just quit without
Rob says that No Man's Sky game is amazing. Dude, I tried to play it so many times, and I cannot get into No Man's Sky. I tried to play it time after time after time. Ever since it launched, I kept trying to play it. I'm like, I'm not interested in this game. It's an economic simulator. I just do work to trade for goods, and then I just can't get into it. And everyone says it's so good. I'm like, is it though? Is it that good? It doesn't seem that good.
Fight. They were bluffing.
Maybe I just haven't gotten far enough. I don't understand. Can you help me? It's probably a good thing. That ship will zap your time looking for a cool Sentinel ship. Oh, damn.
And you didn't call it. Well, you should have, because they are losing. Look at what has happened. And
this is a clunky part of the video essay, but gotta flex them smash skills. Respect, though. Yeah, I get it.
In these past 4 years, the ferocity with which they are trying to cheat shows their complete desperation.
It's a lot of grinding. I don't grind. I'm not a grinder. I'm not really a grinder. I don't have the time to grind things. Like if I'm building a skill or something like that, sure, fine, that's fair. But if I'm just killing boars in the woods just to get numbers that go up, I don't give a shit about that.
So don't make the mistake of going black pill or giving up. Keep pushing through difficult struggles. That's how you win. Nothing worthwhile is going to come to you without a fight. But I think that will be enough for this video. So if you liked it, hit the...
He's right. How did I get through another fucking video? I saw 5 minutes left. I don't know. Let's call it. I'm good. I'm good. Do you guys... I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to do a show tomorrow. And I'm going to do a premium show tomorrow. Just because I need to get my premium hours in. I don't want to do another couple hours tonight. So thanks for coming. Thanks for being here, guys. Hit the like button if you can. I'd appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good night. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Have a good weekend. Be cool to each other. And yeah. Thanks for being part of the cult. Anyways, I'll see you guys on Monday. Until then, drink a lot of water, get a good night's sleep, and take care of yourselves because I care about you too. I'll see you guys on Monday. All right. Love you. Good night.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, but I guess monster too. Government lies.